Welcome back to the online sessions on MCC subject. Now, in today's session, we go with the unit number 3. The topics of unit number 3 are going to be all this, which is going to be FDMA, TDMA, SDMA, SSMA. So, all these are short forms of the various multiplexing techniques. Now, already we discussed about a multiplexer. We know what is a multiplexer. What is a multiplexer? Multiplexer is always going to connect many input signals to single output. Is known as basically a multiplexer. So this multiple axis is also related to the same something like multiplexer, where a single resource, single bandwidth resource is being shared among many other users by using this particular multiple access techniques. So multiple access techniques are normally used to share a limited resource or a single resource to many users or many systems in the case of the multiple access techniques. Now here we have FDMA, frequency division multiple access, TDMA, time division multiple access, SDMA, space division multiple access. Okay, SSMA is going to be the space sense multiple access, FHMA, frequency hopping multiple access, CDMA, code division multiple access, packet radio protocols, collision sense, uh, collision sense multiple access, and reservation protocols. So all these are normally meant for having or providing a multiple access techniques for the wireless communications. So here this mobile is also going to use a wireless medium. Therefore, the mobile communication also going to use this particular multiple access techniques. Now, whenever we deal with a mobile user, there are two things involved. What is the two things? The signal which is being spread out from the transmitter element like base stations or MSCs, and one more is going to be the user mobile unit, right? The mobile unit is going to have a mobile user. This mobile user is normally going to receive and send his signals from this particular from his mobile unit. So both actions should take simultaneously. That means, say for example, if two mobile users are talking simultaneously, so in this, what are all the activities which are going on? Whatever signal that is being transmitted and received from the mobile user is being processed by the base station. And a base station is normally going to give service to n number of mobile units. So therefore, base station is normally going to use a limited or a single channel to transmit the signals to these multiple users or mobile units. So in that case, the base station is normally going to use this multiple access techniques, and inside mobile unit, it is normally going to have the FDD or TDD techniques implemented, time division duplexing and frequency division duplexing techniques. Okay. So accordingly, we normally going to have a appropriate kind of a multiple access technique. So now in this, what we can have, let us see. Now in multiple access, what which is going to happen? Many users are going to share the same resource at the same time. At the same time, many users are going to share the same given bandwidth spectrum or same given frequency spectrum. So it shares an infinite amount of radio spectrum. So the radio spectrum is going to have many channels. So all these radio spectrum channels have been used by many users or mobile units. Here user is nothing but the mobile unit is known as a user for us. So now this particular mobile communication multiple access technique should compulsorily provide high performance because it is going to deal with the customer. If customer is not going to happy with the service, what he is getting from the the appropriate vendor, then he is normally going to come out of his subscription. Okay, if you don't like the services, he has to come out of the services. So therefore, it should have a high performance, and this kind of a system needs what are all the things which needs that means what if at all you want to implement a system with multiple access, all these things need to be satisfied. One is many users are going to share at the same time. Sharing a finite amount of radio spectrum, it should have high performance. Duplexing generally required. Duplexing, we just talk once we proceed further. What is duplexing? Okay, duplexing is nothing but accessing the input and output simultaneously. It's called simply duplexing. And a frequency domain, time domain, representations of the signal. So here at the mobile unit has to receive the signals and it has to send the signals. Both it has to do. So for receiving signals, one particular channel has been provided, and for transmitting signals, another particular channel is normally going to get provided. And there will be some gap left over between these two channels called as a God bands. God bands are normally used to avoid the interference. So this particular reverse channel, forward channel used for normally implemented for one kind of a user. So same kind of a channels which been used for different users. So the basic concept of this FDD, frequency division multiplexing, is known as something like allocating two different channels at the mobile unit to perform the activities of the user simultaneously. Okay, the user should get a feel that he is simultaneously talking and listening. So for that purpose, this particular FDD or TDD is normally implemented in the case of such multiple access systems. Now here two frequency bands are normally used for every user. One frequency band is going to be forward channel, another one is going to be the reverse channel. Okay, so here two frequency bands. The next one is going to be a duplexer is needed. What is duplexer? Duplexer is normally going to be uh, a device which is normally going to connect whenever a signal, something like a switch, okay, which normally going to get connected to the forward channel when when it receives the signal from the base station, and it connects to the reverse channel when it is going to transmit signal to the base station. So that is what the action of basically duplexer basic need is, to connect the appropriate channel to the mobile unit. Now at an instance of time, only either one of these two will be operating, but a user is normally going to feel that he is normally getting the simultaneously, but in reality it is not so. Okay, but to the user he get a feels that okay, things are going very things are going simultaneously. So that's what the feel user should get, because user is normally going to take some time to respond. Around milliseconds time or more than milliseconds time is going to take to get a feel that he is getting a different signal. So, but the systems are going to operate at a much faster speed. So, since systems are operating at a much faster speed, the user is unable to recognize the change or a difference in terms of time taken between transmitting and receiving the signals. So, this is what the advantage of the VLSI technology, advantage of the advanced computing techniques or advanced protocols that we normally going to use it over here. Okay. So this is what one of the greatest advantages we have. Now here we normally going to divide the frequency spectrum into two bands called as forward band and the reverse band. And the gap in between this is going to be known as a God band, and these God bands are normally going to be of fixed frequency bands. And whereas most of the systems are normally going to have these forward and reverse channels are also going to be of the constant frequency band or fixed frequency bands. So this is what FDD. In FDD, the frequency is being divided into two. One is for forward channel, other one is for the reverse channel. Now, just similar to this, we are going to have TDD, called a time division duplexing kind of thing, where on the time axis, two channels will be simply given on the time axis. That means time slots are being provided in the case of the TDD. In the case of FDD, frequency slots are provided. In the case of TDD, of course, time slots have been provided. So usually this will be done at the mobile unit side. That means our mobile unit side, we normally implement this TDD kind of a thing and FDD kind of a thing. Now uses time for forward and reverse links. These two are used for forward link and reverse link. signal transmissions. And multiple users are normally going to share a single radio channel. The radio channel for all of us is going to be same radio channel. So we are not normally using the same radio channels. So here we are going to have forward time slot and a reverse time slot. All right. So this is what basically the FDD technique in the mobile units. Then other parts is going to be the multiple access techniques, which is normally used at the base stations to radiate the EM wave onto the free space. By implementing this kind of a techniques, it is normally going to share a single resource to multiple users. Right. So because it is something like base station is going to be called as a central processing unit of a computer. In a computer, if you see, you're going to have a CPU. CPU is normally going to provide service to many other subsystems connected to the CPU. Similar to that, the base station is normally going to provide services to the users. Like the users means mobile units. So the base station is normally going to implement either one of these particular techniques to share the resources using a single channel to many users. So among them, we are going to have FDMA called frequency division multiple access, TDMA called as time division multiple access, CDMA called as code division multiple access, SDMA called as space division multiple access, and they are normally grouped under two kinds of systems altogether. So anyway, signal has to be propagated after processing through a system, and while propagating the signal, it has to implement some technique. The technique is going to be the multiple access technique. It's called as a multiple access technique. So using any one of the multiple access technique, the system is may be known as a narrowband system or a wideband system, is going to transmit the signals. So that is what the basic concept we have here for the frequency division frequency division, multiple access, time division, multiple access, code division, multiple access, say space division, multiple access techniques. Okay. So now here we normally going to have, let us look into this in this particular FDMA, TDMA. Usually FDMA is going to come with FDMA slash FDD. Means what? This is the one which is going to happen at the base station. FDD is normally going to happen at the mobile unit. So similar to this, based on the technologies, based on the hardware limitations which are there in the mobile units, the different mobile units or mobile sets are going to implement different kinds of such uh, duplexer techniques along with the FDMA, TDMA or CDMA kind of a techniques for us. Okay. So now here we are normally going to have narrowband FDMA, narrowband TDMA we are going to have. So we normally going to have many large number of narrowband channels. Narrowband channel means what? What is the bandwidth of the narrowband channel? Is going to be very limited, very small bandwidth in comparison to the wideband channels. So usually FDD comes with a narrowband channel because just now we discussed about forward channel, reverse channel. That's going to have a very limited band for the mobile users. So usually human voice is going to range between zero point 0.3 kilohertz to 3 kilohertz. Okay, so that is what the basic range of the human voice. So if at all you want to transmit only voice, then obviously FDD is normally going to go with a narrowband kind of a application, where narrowband FDMA, FDD technique is normally sufficient to transmit and receive the human voice from the mobile unit. Okay. So if at all you wanted to provide service to more number of users, then we go with a TDMA, FDD or TDMA, TDD techniques. So these are all the various narrowband systems which can be designed to implement multiple access techniques. Now this is what the representation of the logical representation of the FDMA FDD technique. So FDMA means what? Frequency division multiple access. On the frequency, you're going to have various divisions for users. User 1, user 2, user 3, user 4, so on up to user n. So different users are being allotted with the different channels, different frequency channels. So whenever they want to transmit, they are going to transmit only in the appropriate frequency channel. So here channel means what? We know bandwidth, range of frequencies, right? The range of frequencies is known as channel for us. So here certain channels are used for certain users here. So that's what called FDMA, FDD technique. So we discussed in the earlier sessions about the GSM, uh, GSM structure, GSM mobile structure, GSM architecture mobile structure. So where we normally going to have a frequency reuse concept, clusters concept. So in that frequency reuse concept, we discussed about same frequency allotted to a particular cell can be reused at a far away location into another cluster. In order to avoid the interference, the distance is normally going to be always distance is always going to decrease the signal strength. So once the signal strength of appropriate cell is going to get decreased, same frequency bands can be once again reused by that particular same cell which is placed at a different location, which normally avoids the interchannel interference. So that is what we discussed already. So just because of that particular uh, provision in the architecture of the GSM mobile, we can have this FDMA, FDD kind of a technique over there. Okay. So in that case, one particular frequency band is assigned to one user. So every user in that allotted frequency band, two sub frequencies are divided by keeping some gap for the God bands as well. Already we discussed about FDD in the above slide. See this FDD. If you see the FDD, we have above slide here FDD. The frequency separation. See here, reverse channel, forward channel is separated. So here reverse channel is there, forward channel and reverse channel are separated here. So that means similar kind of a FDD is used in the FDMA FDD technique. FDMA means what? Frequency division multiple access. Now this frequency division multiple access has been used by whom? Is been used by the base station to transmit or to process the signals coming from the various mobile units. So here this base station is going to allot different channels or frequency bands to the different users. So every user is normally going to once again subdivided the given frequency band into two other frequency bands called as forward channel and the reverse channel. Forward channel is to enable the signal reception from the base station. Reverse channel is normally going to transmit reverse to the base station. So here everything we have to take with respect to the base station. Why? Because base station is the manager. Base station is the manager. If base station is not there, definitely there cannot be any service to the mobile station. So therefore, base station is the reference for us. With respect to base station, we always speak about forward and reverse kind of a things. So that is a usual conventional way of understanding about forward channel, reverse channel. Otherwise, you can spell it like anything, whatever you really like feasible, but you have to write it clearly that what is forward channel, what is a reverse channel. Okay, so this is how we normally have a logical separation in the FDMA, FDD kind of a technique. Another variety what we can have is FDMA, TDD technique. So here see the frequency, this is F is the frequency. Frequency is divided into n number of users, user 1, 2, 3, 4, so on up to user n. N number of frequency bands are allotted to the n number of users. So, but TDD is there. Time division duplexing is implemented in the mobile unit. Inside mobile unit to support the transmission signal and received signal simultaneously. A duplexer is normally implemented there. Duplexing protocol is implemented inside. So using this, we normally going to divide this in the time channel. See here, along time, this is divided. Forward channel is given one time slot. Reverse channel is given another time slot. So like this, we normally going to handle this FDMA, TDA, TDD technique. Then another varieties we can have now TDMA, FDD. TDMA means what? Along time division axis, users has to be given the different time slots. User 1 has given this time slot, user 2 given another time slot, user 3 another time slot, so on up to user n. So different time slots have been allotted or given to different users. Now all these different users are using the same set of frequency bands. That means if the frequency is going to be a very narrow band frequency, if we have a scared frequency band, very less frequency band, in that case, we better suitably go to the time division multiple access technique. Using this time division multiple access in a round robin fashion, the processor or a base station is going to give some time to each and every mobile unit to receive and transmit their signals based on the round robin fashion. Every user is been allotted with a fixed time, say t1 time, t2 time, t3 time. So the processor like base station is going to uh, take signals from this particular mobile unit in that particular time slot only. After this time slot, what will happen? Then the base station is will switch over to the next mobile unit. It takes signal from the next mobile unit. Now all these are happening with the by providing high performance, good quality to the end users. Now, when you see this particular thing, TDMA, FDD, you can just observe that TDMA means what? Time division, multiple access. Many users are given in a given time slot. Many users have been accommodated in a given time slot. And coming to this FDD means what? All these users have been given with the same frequency. Uh, and FDD means what? Every user is being given with FDD. Sorry, every user, this user one, is given two channels, two frequency. The given for the complete user, for a single user, one frequency band is given, and in that FDD is implemented. Means what? Every user in turn is going to have two sub channels, forward channel, reverse channel. That is called TDMA, FDD kind of a technique. And another technique is going to be TDMA, TDD. Both sides is going to be time division. So that means every user one, user two, user three have been given a fixed time slots. And also this user one is divided with forward channel, reverse channel based on the time slots. And the frequency allocated, the range of frequencies or a frequency band allocated for the user is going to, for all the users is going to be same in the case of the TDMA, TDD kind of a technique. So this is what the technique which we have, techniques basically which we have, where the system is normally going to get designed based on this kind of a techniques. Right. The next technique we are going to have is a code division multiple access technique called FDD. Now code division means what? It's going to be like a CDMA, FDD, CDMA, TDD. So these two are the two varieties we're going to have obviously. CDMA means what? Code division multiple access. Different users are normally going to get operated with different codes, with the different pseudocodes. So that means every user is going to transmit in a different pseudocode format. So in a different code. So it is something like we normally going to get a stack kind of architecture. So stack, what is a stack? One above the other, we normally going to put the stack elements. What is the stack basic application? Queue is nothing but first in, first out. Stack is nothing but first in, last in, first out. Last in, first out is the basically stack. So we normally going to keep on putting the users on the stack based on the codes, and all these users are going to accommodate the same frequency band. If it is FDD, this given frequency band is allocated for forward and reverse channels. That is how we normally implement with the code division multiple access. And code division multiple access with TDD, which is called a wideband CDMA technique. So here what happens? There is no frequency constraint at all. That means you can just simply don't bother about the frequency constraint here. So in the case of the CDMA TDD technique, so different codes are allotted to different users. Now all these users are going to get processed in a single time slot, but every user in the given time slot is normally going to operate in a fixed different time divisions. So this is what the basically CDMA kind of a technique which we have. So finally, we have all these kinds of cellular systems practically in the real-time world. Advanced mobile phone system, AMPS system. So this is what basically the system which we have when we have a land line systems. So the landline systems are normally going to implement the AMPS kind of a sorry, after landline, just only voice communication. I'm sorry, this is for voice communication, advanced mobile phone system. Just after the landline systems, only for only for voice communications, this FDMA FDD has been implemented. That means this is the time of say around 1998, 1999 up to 2000 also. We used to have this FDMA FDD technique being implemented on the mobile phones, where the mobile phone is only meant to transmit and receive the voice signals, not anything else other than the voice signals. That too, using mobile phone is going to be costly. So whoever is the richest person, whoever is the very busy person, whoever is going to be industrialist, only those people used to have the mobile phones in those days because they can afford more money. So that is why they used to have using this AMPS kind of a technique. So this technique is failed. Why? Because many people cannot use because of its high cost. Therefore, due to the advancements in the wireless technology, advancements in the wireless communications, advancements in the various kinds of technologies, advancements in the softwares. So what happens is the global system for mobile communication, that is called GSM, has come into existence. So GSM has become very popular, which normally provides 2G communications. It normally implements TDMA, FDD kind of a technique in the mobile phones. Then next communication for the US digital cellular system, USDC, which is also going to use TDMA FDD technique. Digital European cordless telephone system, which is going to use FDMA TDD. So even now also we're using cordless phones. Very few people are going to have these cordless phones. So cordless phones is going to use the technique called FDMA TDD kind of technique, and US narrowband spectrum analysis spectrum technique, which is going to be called as IS-95 technique, which is known as a CDMA FDD kind of a technique. So in the next class, we go some more depth into these particular techniques about the multiple axis techniques provided by the base stations. Okay. So thank you very much for the today's session.